Kanpai.
Kanpai.
And what is up, YouTube? It is Danny back at it again. Today, I have a very special guest that I am excited about. My brother, the one, the only, Vincent Prayer. Yeah, anyways, I invited him onto the Danny journey because he's already been on the Danny journey since I was a baby. However, I wanted to bring a guest on, and I'm going to continuously bring guests on just to show people that, like, instead of being a narcissist and thinking that you know it all and the world revolves around you, that a support group is needed in anybody's life. You are not meant to be here alone and function alone. It's always great to have other perspectives so you can take it into consideration and make the right decision. Yeah, so we finna get into it. We finna get into it. Ready?
Showtime.
You ready? All right, first question. First question. Who are you and what do you do?
Who am I?
And what do you do?
Older bro, second born, but the best out of the three. You feel me? Vince Prayer, aka Wing Zero on Instagram, aka 01 on Snapchat.
Promote yourself, why don't you?
You feel me? I tend to drop some motivational tidbits from here to there. Really about putting out a lot more knowledge, introducing people to things that are unseen or just unknown at this point, that have been out for a long time, and really just resetting the trend in terms of blackness. You feel me? What I do, I am a airframe and power plant mechanic. Basically, I work on planes. Currently work on private and charter jets. I will not name the corporation, but I turn wrenches for a living, and I absolutely love what I do, but there's a lot more going on behind the scenes that I won't speak on just yet, but that's me in a nutshell.
He an aerospace engineer. Anywho, okay, so with that being said, what do you consider yourself as successful? What do you think successful means? What is success to you?
Success to me, I would consider it a resultant of discipline, a very devout level of introspection. So I wouldn't consider anyone successful if they didn't know who they were or how they got there to begin with. And I also wouldn't consider anyone successful if they didn't have a routine or a practice that they followed in order to become successful to their means or standard. I would just call it dumb luck for what it's worth.
Do you consider yourself to be successful?
Absolutely. It's a perspective thing. The same thing with failure. So I'll consider myself successful because I have those values. I have that introspection about myself, and I'm very dutiful to my routine, my focus. And so success for me personally is always striving for bettering your best. And so I'm at my best every day, but I'm always getting better than that.
Period. He said what he said. However, okay, so, growing up, you're going through your own trials and tribulations. Everybody thinks that they're misunderstood. However, there are some things that get stuck in your mind. So one of those things that I'm curious about, what is one mean comment, if you kept track, that stuck with you up until this day that somebody said about you?
Ooh. There's quite a few. But like, you know, there's quite a few, but the ones that were just like shaking, like shook me to my core. And for what it's worth, they weren't true, but still, like, how would you come up with such a thing to say to me? You know what I mean? Someone called me, there's a woman I was dating at the time, a few years back, and she called me really obsessive.
Obsessive?
Yeah, like about her. Like you're really obsessive and you don't really have much to going on for yourself.
Ooh.
I was like, damn,
what made it?
what train of thought have you had like to formulate such a sentence? And the wild thing is, like, we're friends to this day, and we've actually covered that a couple of times. And she was just like, she said it herself, like, she said, I really was just talking out my ass, and I was feeling some kind of way because you said some things that really stuck with me, and I didn't like how I received it at the time, but I became better in hindsight. And so I was like, so you were just being spiteful, basically. And she was like, more or less.
Because one thing that I noticed that people will do is listen to react instead of listen to hear. Period.
Yes.
And that's what that sounds like.
Absolutely.
No shots. I'm just saying. I do it sometimes too. Sometimes I don't want to listen. I start cutting people off and don't give them the chance to actually respond. That's not the way to go, because you're not learning, you're not hearing, you're not growing. Period. On to the next question. What is one piece of advice you give about having friends? Because, you know, as a friend, you have to take that constructive criticism, even though she was coming from a place of hurt. What is one piece of advice that you'd give about having friends to this day?
Man.
2020.
I'd say the most prominent, well, excuse me, before I get into that, one thing to take note of is to always understand and know that the company is reflective of the keeper. And so what I mean by that is you are around people that you sound like more often than not. And if you are fitting into that dynamic or that crowd, if you will, you'll find that that's you to a T. So the company is the same as the keeper. So when it comes to friends, it's best to have the strongest representative of a qualm that you have with yourself, so it's reflective in your daily life. Meaning, like, not necessarily somebody that is the worst part of you, but a very strong representation of a part of you that stands out, that really defines you.
Oh, like kind of like who you want to be, but like you are, but you just haven't tapped into it just yet, type of thing. Something close?
Something to that effect.
Okay.
A very close friend of mine, best friend, if you will. He is a professional performing arts person. So he's a choreographer, dancer, dance instructor. He has a very strong resume.
Hey, Ibrahim.
Yeah, Ibrahim, also known as, or very well known as, Legion Does It, from the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Look him up.
Pow.
So, he is extremely ambitious and very dutiful to his craft. So when it came to me and what I wanted to do in my lifetime, I didn't really have many people around that reflected that kind of that desire, that hunger. And so him and another couple of friends of mine did reflect that. So he's always been in my corner. He's been reflective of that aspect of me, whereas other friends have reflected other aspects as well.
Got it.
So
Sensei.
That's my advice when it comes to considering friends.
Cool. We about to get into some little fun questions, and I'm curious as to see what he got to say about this, because we may get into a bit of an argument. We can see. Let's see. Do you consider yourself mom's favorite? Do.
Favorite, I wouldn't use favorite, but definitely top two, not two.
I'm mom's favorite. Okay. All right, cool. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Okay, whatever. All right, what is your favorite childhood memory?
Childhood memory.
I'll tell you what mine is.
You can go for it.
I saw mom run down the beach from a bumblebee. I'm talking about, I ain't never seen nobody run so hard in their life. So me and my cousin, Nene, we were sitting on the beach. And, you know, we were just sitting in the ocean, doing what kids do. I'm talking about maybe I'm 10, 11 at the time. And I just see my mom, first of all, she's fully dressed in a blue outfit, white pants, sunshades, Dior type thing. Calm, just talking to Nene. You know, I don't know what kids talk about, but we was talking about kids stuff. And so we see my mom shoot past us and screaming like a cartoon character. You know when cartoon characters scream with like literally like that? We see her run down and I'm like, I just instantly start laughing. Nene goes after her and I cannot get up to save my life. I'm falling on the ground. I'm like, like just trying to get up. And so I finally reach down there and it's a bumblebee. She has already entered the water. She's standing there like this, like looking up. She like, and not saying nothing, and then does a kickflip in the water, lands in the water, whole outfit, glasses gone, phone in hand. She was on the phone trying to be cute, and my cousin Nene threw some water at the bumblebee and it went away. Now, mind you, bumblebees don't sting; they just bee. So she was running for no reason. So that was one of my favorite childhood memories that I have to say.
So a favorite childhood story of mine. I used to be a thespian of sorts. I acted in high school, if that counts for anything. But we had just finished dress rehearsal, and another great friend, another close friend, best friend of mine, Taj, he was cutting up as per usual, and so we had these stage platforms that we would set up when we were trying to, you know, create a sense of elevation on the stage or create an environment. And so we had played some music. It's pretty cool out, so we had got some food. We just finished. It's pretty late. It's like 8 o'clock. High school, so you know, 8 o'clock high school is pretty late back in our time.
We can say that now.
But so, you know, Ty's cutting up, he on the sugar high, and he climbs under one of the stage platforms, and he stands up with it and like kind of lifts it on his back. So it's pretty long. Think about like a twin size bed and a half, right? So the other half is like on the ground. He took a step and he was like kind of screaming, like he was kind of like screaming some banter or whatever. And then you saw his knee buckle. And I promise you, it was like the most cartoonish thing that you ever seen, because his facial expression was like that of a cartoon. Like, you know, when they really messed up, it was like, and then the platform collapsed on top of him. Now, he had enough space, of course, to be under it. He was fine, but it was just the most funniest thing to me at the time. Like, dude, like, where do you come up with this stuff? It really just, it's just him being him at the time.
Yeah, I miss Tosh. He was a true character. So, what is your style of music? Why? I've
been really heavy on the neo soul. So if anybody out there is familiar with Selection Radio with Joe K, that is right up my alley. Jazz has crept up into me as of late. So around the age of 27 and a half, jazz definitely made its like grand debut. I've always heard jazz from the past, but like where it actually stuck with me. I've gotten away from rap. Old hip hop, you know, that's always gonna be something for me, but rap, here and there. But my style indefinitely has to be neo soul right now.
Cool. All right, and a hidden talent. And on here I see thumb trick. So you do this thumb trick that is one of your hidden talents to me. You remember you can flat. Okay, so everybody thumb go like this, right? Everybody thumb go like this, but he can make that boy flatten out. So I'm just trying to figure it out. Okay, so go ahead and show him the thumb trick.
So I'm double jointed in all my fingers in multiple places. So if you see my hand, I'm double jointed there, and I'm double jointed here. Same as right here in these sections. So what she's talking about is the fact that I'm able to lay my like so, and it doesn't hurt or anything like that. It's just because of this and the way it is, and I'm just double jointed. That's all it is. In the most humblest tone, I have a excellent pen, so I write. I've always written since early high school years. I'd have to say about my freshman year, but I didn't really get into it until my senior year. This group that my actor friends from high school created, it's called Life Through Poetry, and some of them still participate in it. Others, they have their own websites now that they write into. But yeah, Life Through Poetry was just like, it's just a culmination of people from different backgrounds, and I always had like some heat to drop, and I'll drop it in there.
Period. All right, so I pulled a wild card, and I want to know what you have to say about this in 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
In 30 seconds. You ready?
Ready.
Why do you think relationships fail today? I know it's very deep, but we can get into it if we really want to. However, we ain't got the time like that, so.
In 30 seconds, started from now.
Now.
All right, so why relationships fail today? People don't like themselves. They don't like themselves, and they don't love themselves unconditionally. They tend to lead into relationships with the condition in mind.
Ooh. He said what he said. All right, so that was a cool little 10 seconds. I spit, sorry. All right, moving on. That was a nice one. That was a good snap, okay? How do you feel about Allure and Beyond?
Allure and Beyond.
Allure and Beyond is my company.
Boy, if you don't...
My body butter, which is about to reopen soon after I drop these new products. Period. Get ready for the holidays. Your musty, crusty hands. You don't want them. You want some Allure and Beyond. You want them to be alluring. You want your body to be shining, not crusty, okay? Okay, anyways. What do you think?
Phenomenal product.
He said what he said.
Absolutely. I've had friends that has merch with her as well, and they've had the same thing to say. It has done wonders for not only their bodies, but mine as well. Because of the work I do, I'm around a lot of heinous chemicals and environments that aren't conducive to great skin. So I've had my issues with that, and since using the product, I have had excellent results. I would definitely recommend.
Period. Okay. So in this journey of mine, this is a year journey, just to recap on why I'm even doing the YouTube in the first place. So in this year journey, I'm showing who's around me, who I'm, placing myself around, so to speak. I'm also, trying to show people what a boss is and how I'm handling being a boss and what else I do to better round myself. And so this is a lifestyle YouTube. So anything to beauty, anything from health, anything from business, marketing, all of that, the above. In a year, I want to see where it goes. However, taking other people's perspectives into account, I would like to know, what does a boss mean to you? What does being a boss mean to you?
Typically wouldn't use the word boss though. I would use influencer or leader. So to me, what that means is someone who ties it all together. Someone who leads from the front. Someone who has great oversight of things, but isn't omitted from that equation. A boss, a leader, an influencer, if you will. Somebody that is a team player, but knows how to lead a team. That's what a boss is to me. A self-starter, self-motivated. They do not lean on external influences to create that train of thought that, further influences them to become such. That's what a boss is to me.
All right, we are coming to the end of the questions. What I do know is that there is a lot going on in this time that will affect companies, that will affect the society and economy and things of that nature. And I know that money, religion, and social political views are very strong, so we won't tap into that from all perspectives, mine, his, people who are watching, people who are gonna watch. However, I do want to know, what's the most social or political cause you're most passionate about at this moment? This is 2020, y'all. COVID, we got The Office, you know what I mean?
The most
shootings.
It would have to be constitutional reform,
okay.
which is something that's not necessarily discussed at the political level or something that is highly touted, but it would have to be that.
Okay. Cool. All right. Last but not least, quote to leave the viewers with.
A quote to leave the viewers with.
What is a quote that you feel like you live by, or you just be like, and that's on life? Make me do my face like this. Ooh.
I got a lot of them. Can I pull up my phone?
I'd rather believe in something than to believe in nothing at all.
Okay. Do today what others don't, to have tomorrow what others won't.
Say that one more time. Slow it down. I don't think they heard you.
Do today what others don't, to have tomorrow what others won't.
That's on life.
The phrase that I live by, it's live epic.
He said what he said. All right. And tell the viewers to subscribe to my channel, whoever's about to watch this.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video to friends of yours who have like mine. Remember, your friends are supposed to be representative of you and who you are. So if you share this video and you liked it, that means your friends should too. I would advise you to do so.
Thank y'all for watching Danny and V Killer Doc Winning Zero. Hashtag, I'll leave his Instagram in the description box below. Like, subscribe, like he just said. I appreciate anybody who's watching this video. Also, subscribers, if you subscribe, you subscribe. If you don't, you don't. Thank you either way for even watching this video. Peace.
Live epic.